Hi, Best Prince. Welcome to How's Your Heart. And kasama natin ngayon si Alec Cuenca. Hello, Alec Cuenca.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's our second time doing the intro.
Yeah, because we had to reshoot.
Yeah, no, but thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prisha, for
you.
having me. I'm super excited again to really do this and
Yeah.
have this talk. Kasi the one thing that I have not talked about yet, hindi ko pa ito na-share or I haven't talked about it in the podcast. But this is something that I really enjoy talking about. Siguro pag mga offline or maybe in like small gatherings. Kasi aside from this being like one of my top views videos of all time, I don't know, it really resonates with me. Because this is something na pinagdaanan ko din and I know na a lot of people are going through as well. So, thank you so much. I'm excited to start this podcast.
Yes, let's start.
Let's
Let's start the three loves theory. Yung first love muna tayo.
Oh yeah, okay.
Since I think na kanina na share niya sa akin na napagdaanan niya ang first love.
Yeah.
At anong age yun?
So, okay. Again, context.
Yes, okay.
Quick context. So, what we're gonna talk about today is a topic na sobrang na-enjoy ko rin, by the way, nung sinend mo sa akin yung listahan ng mga topics.
Ay, talaga.
Sabi ko,
Sabi na
parang,
pwede
"Ay,
lahat.
Pwede lahat. Parang ganda ng mga topics mo.
Thank
Gawin
you.
ko ang podcast episode ko rin to.
Go.
So, one of it was the Three Loves Theory. And the Three Loves Theory is basically a theory based na sabi nila na you basically fall in love. You fall in love three times in your life. Right? The first time is really the first love.
First love.
Second love is the intense love. And the third love is the unconditional love. No?
Okay.
So, sabi mo nga, ano yung first love? And sabi ko,
First love muna tayo.
medyo maaga ko na-experience yung first love. So for me, my first love was, I had the experience of a first love ng 13 years old. And then, ewan ko, parang napunta ako sa tropa nga na 13 years old, lahat sila may jowa. Actually, ako pa yung pinaka-last dun eh.
Ang aga, no?
Ang aga talaga. Hindi ko alam kung bakit ganun yun. But then,
Ano na-feel mo noon? Nung nakita yung first love mo na sabi mo, love ko siya, ganun.
No, actually, it was weird eh. I mean, iba-iba naman yan. But for me, again, the first love is like a puppy love.
Yeah.
It's that parang first time mo makatikim ng ice cream or first time mo makakain ng chocolate.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really new sensation. It's a new feeling. And for me, ganun din. Parang, wow, boyfriend, girlfriend, ligawan, mutual, MU pa dati eh. Parang yung ka-MU mo, ganun. So, my first love was that experience na it was really young. It didn't have it didn't really think about anything else. It was just very, very young. Parang sweethearts lang talaga. Parang very romantic. But it's not really something that parang na magtatagal in a sense. Na syempre parang just like
Puppy love
talaga eh. Na cute lang talaga. Diba? So ako 13 years old na-experience ko yun. And fun fact, that love for me was also something that lasted for 11 years.
Huh?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Uy! Nashock ako.
Yes. 11 years.
Okay.
So,
kasi yung next is intense love, diba?
Yeah.
Pero later, may question akong about dun sa 11 years mo. Pero feeling ko mamaya ko na itanong, diba?
Sige.
Kasi first love mo na yung topic eh. Hindi kasi
No.
parang iniisip ko, yung first love mo kaya, na dun mo din napagdaanan yung intense love? Same person ba?
For me, hindi. Magkaiba yung first love and intense love.
Grabe yung first love mo.
Oo. But the thing was, since it was a first love, and sa akin nga, galing yun mostly para sa peer pressure na, magligawan na kayo, magjowa na kayo, ganun. It kind of developed into like a puppy love na talaga. But it was more of something, actually super funny nun na parang, well, yes, there was love. But it was also, for most of the time, especially in the later part, parang it was more of like a sunk cost fallacy na, andyan na kayo eh. Parang, nangyari, 4 years na kayo eh. Di ba? So parang hindi na kayo pwede maghiwalay or hindi na, alam mo yun, may mga ganun ng thoughts na kahit maybe dumating sa point na wala ng love, hindi ko siya tinignan na gano'n kasi parang ang tagal na namin, gano'n. So may ganong parang feeling eh. But then, hindi pa yun yung intense love ko. No? Iba pa yun.
Okay, paano natapos yung first love?
Okay.
Yeah,
so again, siguro for me, for the longest time, talagang pinanghawakan ko yung first love ko kasi hindi ko alam kung ano pa yung pwede na kung meron pa bang ibang love, ganyan. Or posible ba na hindi na talaga love to? Kasi all I knew was that. Yun lang yung alam ko sa buhay. But then, I realized na, you know what, if it's really toxic, it's not love.
Yeah.
Na kapag toxic
so, nag-toxic na umabot na kayo sa toxic?
Yeah. Umabot na sa toxican
Pero
yun. First love pa yun.
Oh, grabe.
First love yun. Nakakatawa to kasi andito yung jowa ko ngayon. And I think most of my stories is ngayon niya lang din maririnig. So very exclusive tong podcast na to. But yun, yung first love was dumating sa point na nagka-toxican na. And parang wala eh. Pag parang dumating ka sa point na toxic, parang mahirap bitawan kasi doon ka nasanay. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Parang marami akong kilala na alam naman nila na toxic na yung relationship pero hindi pa rin kumakawala. Diba? Nagsistay pa
pero
din.
nagstay.
Toxic pero nagsistay, diba? It's really because that is what is familiar to them. Doon sila nasanay. And ganun din sa akin. Parang, nasanay ako sa ganun. So, ang hirap, kahit na alam ko toxic, kahit hindi na siya for me, hindi ko na siya gusto, ang hirap pakawalan. Kasi yun yung first time, yun yung nasanay din with everything. But again, that's not nag-end yun nung medyo natuto na ako ng self-love. Funny story because nung parang 7 years kami nun, nung first love na yun. And then nung 7 years, parang nagkaroon na kami ng naghiwalay na kami ng 7 years. Sa after nun, syempre, ano pa yan, medyo balik-balik ka pa sa ex mo, di ba? Medyo
binalikan pa rin.
Di ba? Kahit na nagka-toxican na. So, mga 4 years din yun na toxican, na push and pull, ganun.
Yeah.
But then, siguro during those times na medyo nagkaka-toxican na, I was really preparing myself already. That's when I started to read books about personal development.
Okay.
Doon na ako nagbasa na, okay, how can I improve myself? Diba? Kasi pangit naman kung magiging sad boy ka lang for the rest of your life na. And at the same time, for me, in your 20s, and medyo weird ko siya na-realize kasi nga, I was in a relationship for a very long time. Pero na-realize ko na when you're in your 20s, dapat all you care about is really self-love.
Ouch. Kasi balik na tayo buong 20s ko in a relationship ako doon. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's it eh. Parang, ewan ko ba, ba't parang nabenta sa atin yung idea na kailangan may love.
Yeah, may boyfriend ka lagi.
May boyfriend, may girlfriend. But in reality, your 20s, it should be like for you. Yeah. It's explore, diba? Have fun, self-care, self-love. So doon ko na natutunan yon. So there's a lot of variations of the story na hindi ko na masishare dito sa podcast. Pero one of which was I really fell in love with personal development. And doon na rin ako nag-start mag-create ng content.
Oh, nice.
Tapos nung nag-create na ako ng content, lumabas na yung insecurities nung ex ko. And then
kasi kayo pa nun. While discovering yourself.
Yes,
Okay, so doon naging toxic.
Doon na naging toxic na parang pinipigilan niya na akong mag-content.
Takot siya na grow ka. No?
Natatakot na siya sa kung ano yung nagiging version ko. Na I think umabot pa nga sa
parang 100. Dumaan ako sa ganyan.
Parang umabot pa sa 100K na yung followers ko. And doon na siya medyo grabe na ang toxican doon na parang dumating sa point na if you parang pinapadelete niya yung everything. Ganun.
Grabe naman.
Because I remember, parang one of her words. Just for context now, I think she's doing well now. I don't know. We're not talking anymore. Pero, before, like, the lines were, yung linyahan niya is parang, dapat sa akin ka lang. Ganon. Mga ganong levels.
Hindi na ata love yun.
Hindi na love.
No? Selfish na yun eh.
Yeah. Kasi yun that's the thing eh. If it's really love, it will not hold you back.
Dapat may support.
Love, yun. Love will support you in your growth. Hindi siya matatakot sa kung anong pwedeng kang maging.
Kaya naisip ko na akala ko sa intense love, na sa same person. Kasi parang dumaan ka rin sa toxic. So meron ka pa rin napagdaanan na intense?
Yes.
Aside from doon.
So, okay.
Kasi 'di ba ang intense, ano bang intense muna? I-differentiate natin yung first intense.
So sa first love, medyo cute-cute lang talaga yan, di ba? Even though for me, meron ng toxican na nangyayari, hindi pa siya yung to the katulad ng intense love. Intense is talagang roller coaster talaga, na talagang to the highs and to the lows, na talagang to the extremes ng pwede mong ma-experience, na talagang mababaliw ka.
Napagdaanan ko siya. Tapos?
So parang lahat talaga gagawin mo. And for me, nung na-experience ko, again, super long story, but nung na-experience ko yung intense love, ang version ko nito was like me willing to do anything. Tipong iiwan ko lahat. Ako parang siguro dun sa una, pag tatanungin kung ready ako iwan lahat, sabi ko, hindi ako ready iwan lahat. Yung sa pangalawa, kahit hindi tanungin, talaga iiwan ko lahat para sa'yo. Yung mga ganong levels to that extent, no?
Totoo pala talaga yun.
But that's the thing eh. I guess dumarating sa point na intense siya and sometimes it's not. Well, again, like all of these kinds of loves are healthy in a sense as long as hindi siya dumating sa point na ikakasira mo. But for me, parang phases lang din talaga siya. And for me, the second phase was really the intense love na I would just let my emotions dictate whatever it is na
tumagal din ba yun? Like ilang years?
Actually, yung intense yun, ilang months lang for me.
So na-realize mo din agad?
Oo.
Buti naman.
Kasi parang roller coaster ganyan. But the funny thing about this, for me, the second type of love is the love that would hurt you the most. Hi. Ito yung love na talagang yung betrayal mararamdaman mo talaga, may experience mo. For some, it's a first love na experience nila. But for me, ang na-experience ko was that intense love na totally, at the very beginning, it was never meant to exist. Kasi it was all based on a lie. So medyo, umpisa pa lang, dun sa na-experience ko yun, ginawa pala akong third party.
Pero hindi mo muna nakita, syempre.
Hindi ko pa nakita. Parang nakita ko na lang at the end of it na, oh my gosh, ginawa akong third party nito.
Hindi naman siya narcissist or ano?
Medyo narcissist siya. And not only that, like she was also a scammer. To the point na pati ako na scam niya. Sobrang laking pera. Grabe na yan.
Grabe.
So,
nagulat ako
So parang it's also another story of me so parang syempre nung na-experience ko yung first love, tapos nakawala ako doon. Parang, oh my gosh.
Nag-self-love ka na.
Self-love na ako. Tapos parang nagkaroon na ako ng confidence sa sarili, sa self-esteem. Pero at the same time, very empty pa din eh. Pero I was chasing after someone or a person or love. Kaya very intense din siya. Kasi, yung emotions mo hindi kontrolado eh. Diba? But it didn't last. And thank God it didn't.
Yeah.
Kasi,
paano ka na in love sa kanya nung una?
So,
iba yung pinakita niya?
Yes. So for me, when I talk about love, this can also mean like a very strong infatuation na siyempre sa umpisa, lahat naman pag sa umpisa talaga medyo kilig-kilig or infatuated ka talaga, di ba?
Ginalingan.
Di ba? But pag dumating sa point na love na siya, parang for me, at that moment, I really thought it was love. No? Because it was so intense. But hindi pala siya tama na love. No?
Sabi nga nila, di ba, pag may butterflies daw sa stomach, yun pala yung mali. Kasi, na pala yun, nagbibigay na sa'yo ng energy na hindi tama para sa'yo.
Yeah.
Pero akala mo tama.
Funny, sobrang ang ganda nung sinabi mo, yung sa butterflies na... so, one thing about my story din when it comes to my love life is medyo alam ko na medyo kakampi ko si Lord. Kasi everything that I would pray for, ibibigay sa akin ni Lord.
Okay.
Pero dati, mali yung pinagpipray ko. So dati, pinagpipray ko na magtagal kami nung, kunyari yung first love, pinagpipray ko, sana magtagal kami. Pero, parang hindi pala clear na, sige, magtatagal kayo pero toxican. So nung narealize ko, ayoko pala niyan, Lord. I prayed for, Lord, bigyan mo ko naman yung papakiligin naman ako. Gusto ko yung papakiligin ako.
Okay.
Pinakilig naman talaga ako ni Lord.
So ano yung tama?
Pero, she was cheating on me pala. She was a liar. She was a manipulator. She was a narcissist. Pero pinakilig ako. Sabi ko, Lord, meron pang isang time na parang isang dating phase na dumaan. Sabi ko, Lord, ayoko naman yung pinapakilig ako. Gusto ko yung kalmado lang, yung parang I just feel safe, gano'n. Binigay sa akin ni Lord, sobrang safe, gano'n. Pero di na ako kinikilig. So sabi ko, okay, parang may mali sa mga dasal ko So sabi ko, Lord, I want someone who makes me kilig. Pinapakilig pa din ako. Pero I want also someone who makes me feel like home. Who will protect me, who will help me with my dreams. Yan. And dun dumating yung third love ko, which is now
the unconditional.
love. Yan.
So how do you define unconditional compared sa first and
Yeah,
intense?
so it's so weird kapag nasa healthy relationship ka. And kapag
But sabi nila boring daw.
No,
pero
it's
yun
not.
daw yung tama.
Oh, okay.
Kasi nasanay ka daw dun sa away bate.
So there's a little bit of truth in that, no? Kasi it's not gonna be like your past relationships, like the unconditional love. It's gonna be something that is totally different, na ikaw mismo maninibago. I mean, you know this.
Excited ako. Wala pa ako dun eh. Dalawa pa lang ako
pa lang. O, paparating ka na doon sa pangatlo.
Saan na siya?
Baka andyan na sa baba.
Baka nga. Joke lang. Okay.
No, but it's really different, no? Parang yes, it's kind of boring. Hindi siya boring eh. It's different. It's not boring. Like
akala mo lang na boring siya kasi walang away.
Well, for others, it might seem that it's boring.
Yeah.
If you look at it from the outside, it is boring because it's not gonna be like those Instagram couples that you see na talagang pak, no?
Binigyan niya
grabe.
ako ng ganito.
Oo,
ganyan.
talagang binigay yung
Flash.
flash talaga, ganon. It's not gonna be like that. And it's also not boring. It's stable and healthy.
Yeah.
And unconditional love is where both of you is helping each other become the best version of yourselves. It's where both of you understand you don't need each other, pero you want to be with each other.
I love that.
So parang di ba yung sinasabi mo yung sa butterflies?
Yes.
Na pag may butterflies, parang wrong sign daw yun kasi you're feeling anxious. To a certain degree, yes. But so for me, the unconditional love is a love that will also help make you realize that. But instead of anxiety, it's gonna make you feel excitement.
Oh.
So like sometimes the butterflies, it's either anxiety or excitement. The wrong ones will make you feel anxious. Na parang meron kang gut feel na...
Yan yung intense love, no? Kakatapos ko lang doon. Kaya nga Kaya gusto ko makinig dito sa'yo kung sa unconditional eh.
But that's the thing. When it comes to the unconditional love, it's gonna be... it's super funny. For me, nung dumating yung unconditional love ko, like at the moment, I knew.
Paano kayo nagkakilala? Tsaka yung nasabi mo talaga, ito na yun.
Okay. So she was my friend.
Okay.
She was my good friend to the point na nung time pa na nasa intense love ako, nag-share na ako, nagsusumbong na ako nagkikwento na ako dito kasi she was really my friend. Nung na-scam ako dito sa isa, nangutang pa ako dito sa...
Ganun.
Ganong friendship talaga, ganong levels.
Close na.
But then, siyempre pagkatapos mo dumaan sa first love, sa second love, I could argue that sometimes dumadaan ka talaga sa whole phase. Sa medyo nag-explore ka, di ba? Ganong phase ng buhay mo. For me, after kong dumaan doon, parang nagkaroon na ako ng decision na I really want a healthy relationship. Like, Lord, gusto ko na mag-settle down. Like, I really want someone to build my future with. Yun na yung prayers ko. Na, okay na, Lord, na-experience ko na yung sobrang kilig, yung sobrang intense, yung sobrang roller coaster, na-experience ko na yung puppy love. Bigay mo na sa akin yung someone na makakasama ko habang buhay. So, when that happened, parang there was this phase na I was about to spend like 2 weeks with my current partner right now. Tapos, within those 2 weeks, we were really good friends.
Okay.
Which is so nice. I really believe na sometimes the unconditional love also is a love that is founded on friendship. Na talagang friends kayo and then lovers.
Iba talaga parang best friend mo siya, no?
Yeah. Parang hindi ka, sobrang funny kasi naalala ko nung nasa unconditional love na ako. May mga friends ako lalaki na lumalapit sa akin. Sinasabi nila na, uy bro, pag kailangan mo ng kausap na lalaki, message mo lang kami, kausapin mo. Pero parang ako, hindi. Like, ito yung best friend ko. Like, itong girlfriend ko, siya yung best friend ko. So if anyone should be able to hear or how my heart is, siya yun.
Tama.
So, di ba? Kung hindi ibang boys, hindi family ko, hindi. Ito, best friend ko to eh. So, sobrang ganda kasi yung unconditional love is a love that is founded on friendship. So, for me, ganun yung nangyari. 2 weeks na nakasama ko siya. What happened was, may bumulong lang. So medyo mahabang story. Pero napanaginipan ko actually siya. I had a vision.
Okay.
Because I also do like meditation, ganyan. So while I was meditating, like I had a vision na ang prayer ko kasi kay Lord, sabi ko, Lord, ipakita mo lang sa akin na magkakajowa ako, masaya na ako. And then nag-vision, nag-meditate ako ganyan. Then nagkaroon ako ng vision. The vision was, meron akong isang babae that I was walking towards na may kulay yung buhok, saka maganda yung nails. Ganon. Tapos nagising na ako. So parang, okay, Lord, thank you so much. Pinakita mo sa akin, meron na. Okay, at least sure meron.
Okay.
And then, nung time na magkasama kami for 2 weeks, meron lang isang friend sa akin na bumulong na, uy, single ka ba? Sabi ko, yeah, single ako. Sabi niya, uy, I don't know if maybe blind spot mo to, pero bagay kayo ni Yani. Sabi niya, ganon. Tapos pagkatingin ko kay Yani, nag-iba na yung tingin ko.
Nag-ano na, parang, so medyo, ito pala yung sagot.
So medyo parang friend ko siya, pero nung time na yon, when I looked at her, like, nag-iba na talaga yung pagtingin ko. It was parang, iba na yung
na-in love ka bigla.
Na ako. Alam mo yung sinasabi na love at first sight, yun talaga na love at first sight ako na, nag-iba na yung pagtingin eh. Na hindi ko na lang siya nakikita as a friend, but as a partner in life. So, when that happened, syempre nag-declare na ako sa kanya. I'm a very straightforward guy. So, syempre, hindi ko na rin maiwasan na medyo awkward na ako na kapag andyan siya, medyo parang
may gusto ako dito.
Parang siya nawiwirduhan siya kasi parang, anong ginagawa mo? Friends tayo, bakit ka ganyan umarte? So parang ako medyo nagiging parang defensive na ako. Kung may mga lalaki lumalapit.
Okay.
Tapos, parang hanggang sa sinabi ko na sa kanya na, like, look, I really wanna be clear with you. I really wanna set my intentions straight. Like, I like you and gusto ko manligaw. Papayagan mo ba ako? Would you give me permission na ligawan ka? Ganun.
Pumayag siya.
Sabi niya, hindi. Sabi niya, hindi. Kasi siguro mga 10% ka lang. 10% lang yung chance mo. Ganun.
Okay.
So
So,
sabi
parang
ko, well,
straightforward
okay.
din siya.
Oo, straightforward din siya.
Oo.
So sabi ko, parang, okay, I'll take that 10%. Sige, G, I'll take that 10%. So hanggang sa niligawan ko, and then sinagot niya na ako. So now we're together. And that's the thing eh. That's the thing about unconditional love. And later on ko na lang din siya na-realize. There were a lot of moments na nagugulat kami na, ano to? Na parang sobrang healthy natin. Totoo ba to?
Kasi hindi never nangyari sa'yo, no?
Yeah.
Excited ako sa ganyan.
Yeah. And excited din ako sa'yo. But that's the thing din sa mga tao eh. Parang,
So I really need to pray for that, no?
you need to be clear with it. No?
Actually,
Kasi-
hindi pa, siguro din kasi hindi rin ako nag-pray pa. Hindi pa ako humihingi din.
Yeah.
Sige, maghingi na ako.
Hinihingi.
Joke.
Sobrang funny kasi on the other side naman, yung girlfriend ko right now, she shared also, she was also praying for it. To the point na pine-prepare niya na yung sarili niya for it na nyari sa kama, right? She was just sleeping on one side of the bed.
So
And
ready na rin siya.
Ready na rin siya na may dumating na love sa buhay niya. So she really made space for it. So I think that's very important. Kung gusto mong mahanap yung unconditional love mo, if you want to find the love that will last for a lifetime, number one, you gotta ask for it. You gotta pray for it. Okay? You gotta be clear with what you're praying as well. Na talagang hindi pwedeng, Lord, pengin naman jowa. Kasi bibigyan ka ni Lord ng jowa, pero baka kung sino-sino lang. Kung san-san lang napulot, di ba? Kung sakit sa ulo lang. Kailangan klaro, Lord, ang gusto ko na yung makakasama ko habang buhay. Lord, gusto ko yung qualities na gusto mo, yung characters na gusto mo. Like, really pray for it. And then second is make space. Like, prepare yourself. Marami rin ako kilala ngayon, mga alpha women na very grabe mag-work, no? To the
Ako
point
yun,
na...
laging nag-work. Wala. Feeling ko kailangan ko magbigay ng space nga muna.
Yeah. So,
kasi parang wala akong time.
Wala akong time, di
Wala.
ba? So, hindi rin talaga darating yung jowa. Hindi rin darating yung love na yun.
Yeah.
So, one way to do that is to actually set some time na as if you were already making time for it. Even if wala pa, like maglagay ka ng time on your calendar, like for a week, na date night. Pero it can be a date with yourself, right?
Okay.
Kahit wala pa, pero
Oo
you're
nga.
already making space for it. Para pag dumating siya, may space.
May space na. Oo nga. Pero do you believe na, na minsan marami tinatanggal muna sa'yo ni Lord para, kasi ang dami ko din nawala na friends. So, lately, feeling ko sinadya. Kasi parang, yun nga, parang nire-ready na yung next kong chapter.
Yeah.
Pero sobrang sakit din kasi syempre mahal ko yung mga kaibigan ko na yun. Tapos may mga old friends din ako, like yesterday nag-hangout kami. Sabi nila, Kesha, wala na ba kayong chance magbalikan kayo magkaibigan na yung isang friend ko? So, wala na, nasira na yun. Gusto talaga nila magbalikan kasi na-miss nila yung friendship daw namin. Sabi ko, sorry, hindi ko talaga kaya.
Yeah.
Kahit try daw nilang ipagbati kami. Sabi ko, hindi na.
Yeah. So I think, I do believe there are people that will come into your life for a season, like for a certain season in your life, na andun lang sila. Some for a reason. Maybe they're just friends na because mutually nagbe-benefit kayo sa isa't isa, you like having out each other. But most of our friends are not gonna really last a lifetime eh. Some friends last for a lifetime, but most of the time, like those friends are very few. Na hindi lahat ng friends ever since kunyari kasama mo ng college or kasama mo sa isang work, 'di ba? But I guess that's how life is eh. Hindi pwedeng pumasok yung mga taong para sa'yo kung hindi mo nile-let go yung mga taong hindi para sa'yo.
Sakit, no?
Yeah.
Make space talaga.
Make space talaga. Kasi, parang, ano eh, yung mga, hindi naman sa, you're better than them or not. Pero parang, in this chapter of your life, they are not the supporting cast that you need. Eh, di ba? Siyempre, main character tayo dito sa buhay natin, di ba?
I love that.
Di ba? Main character tayo eh. At this moment in my life, at this phase in my life, at this chapter, they're not the best people. They're not the best supporting cast to help me with this story. So you need to really let them go. And masakit. Masakit talaga. But I've lost a lot of friends in this journey. In fact, yung sa first love ko, meron akong parang isang masakit na experience kasi nakita ko yung one of my, so that is high school friends yan eh. Diba? High school, lahat bonding, lahat close, barkada. Tapos, naghiwalay. So, syempre, like the friends, they gotta choose a side. Hindi pwedeng friends dito, friends dyan. You gotta pick. But, they chose that. Or at least, that's how I felt. Na, sige, since you guys are friends there, parang syempre, I cannot hang out with those. Tapos yung parang bagong relationship, tanggap pa doon. Ganun. So parang, hindi na ako pwede dyan. No offense. Hindi ko kayo gustong i-cut, pero hindi na talaga ako
pero
pwede
kailangan
dyan. Kailangan. For me, for my own sake.
Tama.
For my own growth. So parang a month ago, I saw a photo, wedding, na parang kompleto sila. Ako yung wala. So parang, syempre, you can't help but feel na, yeah, I should have been there. Friend ko pa rin yan, gano'n. But for me, instead nagkaroon ako ng FOMO, yung fear of missing out, na parang, I experienced like JOMO.
Ano JOMO?
Joy of missing out. Right? So, imbis na natakot ako kung I'm missing out, I actually had fun. Na parang, oh my gosh, wala na ako dyan kasi andito ako.
Nasa ibang stage ka na, nasa ibang story ka na.
So parang, okay, wala yan kasi I have a lot of different friends now. And I wouldn't have these friends if friends ko pa rin kayo.
Yeah.
So, I knew that I had to let them go. And I had more appreciation and gratitude for the people that I have in my life now. And instead ako nakatingin ako sa kanila, sa mga dati kong friends na hindi na tayo friends, ganun. Hindi, tinignan ko kung sino yung mga taong nagstay ngayon. Kasi alam ko na yung mga nagsistay, sila talaga yung, kung sino yung mga tao na talagang susuporta sa'yo hanggang dulo. Sila talaga yung magsistay. Sila yung friends mo talaga. So, you just gotta focus on them rather than kung sinong nawawala.
Sa bagay. Going back sa unconditional, may question pala ako.
Okay.
So, dun after intense,
ilang
months or years bago ka nakapasok dun sa unconditional? Kasi syempre, for sure, nag-self-love ka muna, di ba?
Yes. Very important.
Diba?
I think may crucial part dyan na after ng intense love, sisingit yung self-love.
Self-love, di ba? Hindi naman paano ka
pwede.
magmahal ng ibang tao pag hindi ka nag-focus muna sa sarili mo.
Yeah.
Oo.
So before you have an unconditional way of loving a person, you got to unconditional love yourself first. So bago ka maghanap ng taong mamahalin mo forever, matutunan mo muna ang mahalin yung sarili mo forever. Okay. Diba? Kung gusto mo talagang healthy yung relationship mo sa partner mo, dapat healthy rin yung relationship mo sa sarili mo. So for me, it was all about self-love after nung second heartbreak ko na parang, oh my gosh, ano na to? Parang second time na, parang wag ka nang pumangatlo, di ba? Self-love muna. And so dumaan ako sa self-love phase. I think it took me December, January, February, March, April, May, July. Almost a year. Okay. Yeah. A year of just ako muna.
Ako 1 year na ngayon.
Okay na, kota na yan. Pwede na. Pwede na.
Pero yun nga yung sinabi mo sa
Yeah.
akin na kailangan ko din pala magbigay ng time. Kasi parang naging workaholic ako. Kahit Sunday, okay lang yan. Sige, mag-video pa tayo. Isipin mo Sunday. Pero feeling ko din, di ba minsan sinasadya yun?
Yeah.
Kasi ayaw nila ma-feel na nag-iisa sila.
Yes. Actually, I think being a workaholic is like, it's because you feel anxious na mag-isa ka or ano.
Yeah.
Parang hindi mo ma-feel na mag-isa ka, magtatrabaho ka na lang. So, for me, na-experience ko rin yan kasi. Kaya ako siya nasasabi kasi na-experience ko rin siya. Dumating sa point na yung self-love ko was all about working hard all the time, 24/7 non-stop.
Paano mo siya natanggal? Like, balance or anong advice mo?
Yeah. So, since I'm a workaholic, di ba? I looked at self-love as work as well.
Yeah, me too.
So, ang ginawa ko, kailangan naka-schedule yan. Naka-schedule, just like my work, kailangan naka-schedule ang gym, ang journaling,
Okay.
ang reading a book and me time. Dapat naka-schedule ang pagmamall, kung mag-isa, kumunta sa labas. Ganun.
Introvert ka?
Naging introvert na dahil sa ano. Before, I was really an extrovert. But,
Pwede pala mag-change?
yeah.
Okay.
So, before I was really an extrovert. But then I realized that I actually enjoy time alone. And I guess it's not about being an introvert or an extrovert.
Yeah.
Parang,
Hindi kasi na ano lang ako, you like to walk alone. Ginagawa ko din yung introvert siguro.
yeah. So, I think, parang may side ako na mahalaga sa akin na me time. I think one of my love languages as well is quality time.
Okay.
So, gusto ko na binibigyan ko rin oras yung sarili ko. Oh, that's the thing eh. Parang, di ba self-love? People talk about self-love.
Yes.
But, para maintindihan mo yung self-love, kailangan maintindihan mo rin yung love language. Kasi, kung alam mo yung love language mo, alam mo yung love language. Anong love language
Quality time. Ako quality time. Tsaka, ano tawag yung mag-serve?
Acts of service.
Oo, ganyan. Kung napansin mo naman,
nga.
gusto ko magsilbi talaga.
Yeah.
Ganyan. Oo.
I love that. So, quality time, for example. So, kunyari, alam mo, quality time ang love language mo. So, ang self-love mo is me time talaga. Like, yung mag-isa ka, wala kang kausap, just kumakain ka mag-isa, or naglalakad ka mag-isa. Like, wala talaga, just leave me alone. Just give me a few minutes. And then, okay na. Pwede na akong mag-party-party. Ganyan.
Gusto ko yan.
But, dun nare-replenish yung love tank mo eh. Kapag nabibigay mo yung quality time sa sarili mo. So, acts of service, ganun din. So, parang, di ba, since you love also serving other people, you also give that to yourself. Na if that's also one thing that you'd like to receive, sometimes even kahit may helper ka, you clean up for yourself, di ba?
Yeah.
You fix things, you organize things. I think, grabe ang setup mo dito. So, talagang ramdam na ramdam ko, acts of service talaga to, no? So, kahit mag-isa mo, this is how you show to yourself that you love yourself. By the service that you're giving to yourself. So,
okay.
yeah.
I'm learning. Hindi kasi inisip ko, pero ayoko silbihan ako. Ba't ganun? Pero gusto ko. Pwede ba yun? Yung mga gusto mo minsan,
yes.
ayaw.
Minsan, iba yung gusto mo ibigay. So, gusto mo matanggap.
Ganun
So, may
ako.
giving kasi and may receiving na love language. So, yung receiving, possibly, kunyari, ikaw, ang giving mo might be acts of service.
Yes.
Gusto mo talagang sinaserve. Ganyan. But maybe ikaw, ayaw mo yun. Mas gusto mo, let's say, physical touch. Niyakap, or maybe words of affirmation, na-affirm.
Yeah.
Or maybe just quality time nga, na mas gusto mo na, kahit wala kang gawin, basta nandiyan ka
May
lang.
kasama tayo.
O kaya, nagka-FaceTime lang tayo. Kahit nagtatrabaho lang ako dito, basta naka-FaceTime.
Okay.
So,
pwede pala yun, magkaiba.
yes, pwedeng magkaiba.
Okay, akala ko naman na kailangan talaga equal.
Same.
Kasi kung paano
Hindi.
kaya yun, ayokong sinisilbihan, no?
Oo. And ang alam mo maganda, pag kunyari parehas, pag healthy din ang relationship nyo, alam mo lang talaga yung love language ng isa't isa. So, minsan, kunyari ako,
Tinatanong mo sa
Oo.
part.
Talaga, we really have a conversation around this. And pag alam mo na, hinihingi mo rin siya.
Oo.
Hindi siya pwedeng i-expect mo na ibibigay niya agad o alam mo na. Hindi, hihingin mo talaga. Like for example ako, hindi ako mag-gifts.
Okay.
Like sobrang bihira akong magbigay ng
Bigay.
gifts. More of like quality time, sure, spend ako dyan ng oras. Words of affirmation, that's also something that my default na talagang I really love. Like praising and acknowledging people, giving them compliments. Pero gifts, sobrang bihira ko. But one of my girlfriend's love language is receiving gifts.
Okay.
So, syempre, alam ko na nga eh. So, syempre, hindi naman pwedeng wala akong gawin. Eh, yun nga yung receiving niya. So, ang gagawin ko is, meron ako listahan. Okay. Na pag nanghingi niya siya ng gift, titingin lang ako sa listahan ko, okay, magre-regalo ako. Pili lang ako dyan, bibigyan ko siya.
Okay.
Pag may mga special occasion. Or, siya mismo, hinihingi niya, na parang, pwede mo ba akong bilhin nito? It's parang ako, parang, pwede naman, pero parang, okay, sige, sure. Pero doon ko lang na-realize na, hindi, yun pala, yun kasi yung love language niya.
Oo. Kasi feeling niya na love siya doon.
So, at the same time, hindi niya rin, minsan, hindi ko rin automatic na ibibigay. Kunyari, may birthday, ganun. Parang, kunyari, let's say, Valentine's, ganun.
Okay.
Alam niya na hindi yun yung default na binibigay ko. Kaya hihingin niya na, dalan mo naman ako ng flowers, ganun. So, clear na hinihingi talaga. At the same time, kahit for example, ako naman.
So, yan ang healthy, no?
Yes. Yun ang healthy. Na talagang hihingin mo talaga. Open communication eh. Na, for example, ako lately, I really love receiving acts of service naman. I feel love when may nagsuserve din sa akin. And then, yung my partner, siya, quality time, gifts, giving niya rin yun. So, yung acts of service, medyo hindi. So, parang, there was this one time na talagang hiningi ko rin sa kanya. As simple as, pwedeng kuha mo akong tubig. Like, ganon. Kasi na-appreciate ko na pag
nag-serve.
Nagbigay ng tubig, parang, thank you. Okay. Kahit tubig lang naman yun. Pero, na-appreciate ko. But sometimes na gusto ko ma-feel yung love, hinihingi ko talaga.
Tingin mo, ano yun, sa past yan nung bata tayo, yung mga hindi natin na-receive sa parents.
Yeah. Yes,
Tapos
actually.
ngayon hiningi natin sa partner.
Yeah. If we actually go deeper into this, our receiving love language, yung gustong-gusto nating na-receive, is yung ni-yearn or hinihingi natin ng bata tayo na hindi natin masyado natanggap. So, for example.
So, parang healing mo na rin siya, no?
Yeah. I think it's always, life is just a series of moments of healing. Like, life is a journey of healing. It never ends. Like, siguro up until 30, 40, 50, you're still healing something. But the thing is, the more that you heal, the more na mas gagaan yung buhay mo. But it's always gonna be healing.
Yeah.
So, for example, itong love language. So, kung gusto mo natatanggap is quality time. Right?
Yeah.
Sabi mo, ang love language mo, gusto mo ma-receive is quality time. Maybe, nung bata ka,
wala silang time.
Wala silang time sa'yo.
Nasa office lagi.
Nasa office sila.
Sila dalawa. Totoo nga.
Yeah.
Oo nga, no?
Yeah.
Nagpaisip ako doon.
So, yun. So, let's say, for me, ngayon, gusto ko na-receive acts of service. Well, kasi, breadwinner ako. Like, panganay ako. So, I had to do everything. Ako na.
Since bata?
Since bata. Na parang solo, I'm a solopreneur. Like, I don't have a team with me. I never worked in a team culture. Like, ako, self-made. Ako lahat. Ako. Kaya when someone is serving me now, I feel so loved. Kasi I never received that growing up. Na parang...
Kasi ikaw yung nagsiserve sa kanila.
Ako yung nagsiserve. Parang nung bata ako, hinihingi ko lang na sana may katulong ako. Sana may kasama akong doing this thing. Pero since wala, sige, ako na lang lahat. But now, when people are doing it, I really feel loved. When they're really supporting me or serving me, na parang, grabe, parang hindi ko ito nakuha nung bata ako.
Nung bata ka.
So yeah.
Ang sarap pakinggan, no?
Pero alam mo ba, merong isang love language na kapag hindi mo nakuha, mamamatay ka as a child physically and as an adult, pag hindi mo nakuha, mamamatay ka emotionally.
Ha? So, kailangan pagdaanan mo lahat
No,
ng love?
there's one love language.
Ano yun?
Physical touch.
Ha?
Yes. So, kailangan talaga we are getting physical touch.
Paano na yan? paano kaya yan? Pero alam mo, medyo feeling ko awkward na ako talaga.
Yeah. So, as simple as like getting hugs. Like, there's a study na lumabas na you need 8 hugs to live. 8 hugs a day to survive.
Paano kung hindi ka nasanay, no?
Yeah, I think that's doon nagkakaroon ng medyo nagiging emotionally unstable. Like, I have seen kids na merong sobrang taas na self-esteem because they get hugged a lot nung bata sila.
Yeah.
Versus sa isang bata na hindi nayakap, hindi masyado nayayakap.
May napanood ako sa TikTok, mom siya. Tapos, hinahag siya ng anak niya. Ayaw niya yung feeling kasi lumaki daw siya na hindi hinahag. Tapos, nawiwirduhan daw siya kasi hinahag siya ng anak niya.
Yeah.
Pero wala siyang magawa kasi anak niya yun eh. So, parang pinipigilan niya lang yung feeling niya. Tapos, pag alis siya, I need space. Pero, hindi ko rin siya dahil trauma niya before or yun eh, di ba?
Yeah, so...
Pero hindi niya pwede awayin yung bata kasi baka mamaya magka-trauma. So, siya tinitiis niya.
Grabe, mali palang mag-hug, no?
Oo.
But, I mean, even in like, going back through history, like, we need, like, we're physical social creatures na kaya nga nung pandemic, ang daming namatay. Not just because of COVID, but because of loneliness.
Oo. Hala, sana hindi naman ako yun. Okay.
So, you have to get hugs. No? And, paano sabihin, no? Alec, paano yung mga walang jowa or walang
sa
kasama?
friends, sa family.
Sa friends and sa family.
Yeah.
And even yourself. Like, you just spend time, you can hug yourself. It gives you the same chemical release.
Oh.
It gives you dopamine, oxytocin. If you just stay there for like 6 seconds and hug yourself, you'd get the same, It will look weird. So, nakita mo yung sarili mo, weird naman ito.
Yeah.
But chemically, your mind feels the same thing. So, iba siya. So, parang you give yourself the tightest hug and then happy hormones will go up.
Try ko nga yun. Gusto ko itry yun. Mamaya. Pati yung binigay mo sa akin, may binigay siya sa akin na na yung melatonin. Bawal pa no?
Pwede
naman.
Na? I mean, it's gonna be launching soon. So, okay lang.
So, pwede na mag-post.
Yes.
Sige. Wait. Kasi I have a question dahil I live alone.
Yeah.
Apektuhan din yung parang sleeping habits ko. Siguro kasi mag-isa lang, dami kong iniisip. Tapos wala ako masyadong kausap, aso ko lang. So, naapektuhan siya, pero tingin mo ba na kulang ako sa self-love pa rin? Or nasa pa rin ako, like stage na kailangan kong, kasi din yun, tinutulungan mo yung sarili mo paano mag-relax, pero ba't ako nasa, ganun.
Yeah. So, when it comes to sleep naman, like that's one of the core components of self-love, actually.
Yeah.
Parang physically, when we talk about self-love, it's your food, your movement, and your sleep or your rest.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 very important components na when you're in the process of self-love and even healing, kunyari you went through a heartbreak, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because I went through a heartbreak as well. And dumating sa point that I was very anxious. I was depressed. I was experiencing panic attacks, anxiety attacks. I got into vices as well. Started smoking, used alcohol, pampatulog.
Ako.
Like,
so, wala pa nga ako doon.
So, in the process of it, right?
Okay.
So, parang couldn't sleep without alcohol. Having a hard time sleeping din talaga. And I think the most important thing to realize when you're going through a healing phase is there will be times that you just need to feel it.
Okay.
Okay? Because sometimes you working on yourself is not feeling it. Eh. So for example, gym. Nag-gym ka, babad ka sa gym, workout ka ng workout. Sabi self-love. But iba yon. Because iba yung physical healing sa emotional healing. Emotional healing is one way that you can do that is journaling. Kasi in emotion, when you want to heal your heart, you got to
To write your
express or release the baggages of your heart as well.
Okay.
So kung ano yung mga nagpapabigat sa'yo, kailangan i-release mo siya. So one way to do it is really writing. On a journal.
Yeah.
Before ginagawa ko voice notes, nagmumura ako. Like, talagang podcasts. Like, podcasts really helped me, saved me na pag mag-isa ko lang, lahat ng frustrations ko binabato ko. Like, I think there was a podcast that I created that I said that I wanted to die. To that point, na talagang lahat ng frustrations ko sa buhay nilalabas ko. But then, once in-release ko siya, over time, it got better. You know, gumaan ng gumaan. And then I started to take care of my health as well. Kasi physically, yan naman ang madaling ayusin kahit papano. Yan yung magsa-start sa'yo ng spiral upwards or like yung momentum mo into getting better. So magugulat ka, so much better na.
Okay.
Gugulat ka, okay ka na. Kasi mahirap naman pag depressed ka na tapos nagmumukmuk ka lang din sa sulok, naglalak ka, gano'n. So kapag alam mo na you're in a depressive state, go out. Like, eat the right food. Don't...
Yeah. Okay naman, pero hindi lang ako nakakatulog. Yun lang.
Yeah. So, yan. Pagdating naman, diba? Eat the right food. Go work out. And then, the sleep. No? The sleep, taking care of your rest is very important as well. And so, for me, like I had this practice before nung hindi rin ako makatulog kasi dumating sa point na talagang hirap makatulog. Like I created like my evening routine na ano ba yung mga ways for me to maximize my sleep or para makatulog. So, siyempre, I'm a science guy. So, inaral ko rin siya. Paano nga ba makatulog na mahimbing? So, few things. Number one, kailangan blackout ang kwarto. Like, walang ilaw. Kasi, pag may ilaw,
kaya pala,
bumababa yung melatonin sa katawan.
naka-on yung ilaw ko.
Okay.
Doon pa lang mali na.
So, pag may ilaw, iniisip ng katawan mo, umaga. So, hindi maglalabas ng melatonin sa katawan mo. So, kailangan blackout para alam ng katawan mo, okay, it's time to sleep. Kaya nga minsan, pag nagpuyat ka, tapos alas 5 na madaling araw, may araw na, ang hirap na makatulog. Parang mas mahirap na siya makatulog.
Oo nga.
Compare pag blackout, let's say, alas 2 or alas 3.
Kaya pala, kasi minsan pagising ko, nakalimutan ko i-off yung light. Nasa ka-on pa pala. Oo.
So, kailangan blackout. No? So, that's one. Second is no devices 30 minutes to 1 hour before going to sleep.
Okay.
Para din tumaas na yung melatonin mo sa katawan. Na maramdaman. Kasi yung katawan mo maglalabas yan ng hormones na, oops, it's time to sleep. Mag-shutdown ka na, mag-restart ka na. Or, yun nga, sa sleep din naman, another one is really taking supplements. Kaya nga rin,
Ito na.
This one.
Ito na. This
And I remember, nung hindi ako makatulog, there was this one time, pumunta ako sa 7-Eleven. Bibili akong alak. Pampatulog.
Parang ako talaga.
Pero,
parang ako lang.
Pero, I came across this parang pill sa na melatonin. It's a brand. No? So, kinuha ko, binili ko, then tinry ko, and then sobrang sarap ng tulog ko, tululaway yung tulog ko. To the point na nag-message ako sa kanila na yung brand na yun, sabi ko, hey, your product is so good, thank you so much, it helped me a lot. Tapos pinadala nila ako ng marami box na, hey, I'm so happy you liked it, ganyan. So, like for the longest time, I was also looking for a way that could also help because, my viewers are also people who are dealing with anxiety, with heartbreak, with moving on and healing, right? Lahat naman tayo dumadaan dyan. So, like, para din sa mga katulad ko before na nahirapan mag-sleep, this is, a really great way to help you with that. So this is called Vita Gummies. This is called Sweet Dreams. Our brand is called Vita Gummies. So this is basically teddy bears that has melatonin and ashwagandha. So
What's ashwagandha?
So si melatonin is the one that would help you sleep, right? Ashwagandha is pampakalma. Right? So you feel more calm, more relaxed. Ang problema kasi sa mga usual na melatonin na kapag nasa pill, parang pagising mo, ang sakit sa ulo. Parang may hangover ka pa din. Sarap nga ng tulog mo.
Hindi pa ako nakatry talaga kahit isang
diba?
beses.
So pag sarap. Tapos kinabukasan, medyo may hangover ka, gano'n.
Pero hindi siya masama, no?
Hindi naman. Hindi naman. Kasi, for example, parang for the past week, I've been using this. Kasi marami akong morning na medyo maagang gising na kailangan. So, sa gabi, kailangan maaga rin matulog, di ba? Kasi maaga ako nga gising ko. Hindi pwedeng puyat-puyat ako, ganyan. And sometimes kami, sobrang gigil namin sa trabaho. Alas 2, alas 2, nagtatrabaho pa din. Tapos gusto pa namin magtrabaho, but if kailangan na matulog, we just take this like 30 minutes before.
Tapos okay na.
And then, aantokin na kami.
Tatry ko yun mamaya.
So, it's melatonin. It'll help you fall asleep, and ashwagandha to help you feel more calm, more relaxed. Like kahapon din ina-anxious yung jowa ko, but she tried this, and it's just there in our house na every time we feel that way, ganon. But at the same time, if naantok ka lang talaga naturally, you don't need this you can fall asleep. But if nahihirapan ka, this is really a good help for you. So you take 2 gummies 30 minutes before you sleep, and then good night.
I-try ko yan.
Sweet
kasi
dreams.
Part of self-love Thank
Yes.
you. Feeling ko kasi yun yung kulang ko ngayon.
Yeah.
Yun talaga.
And it's, mag-a-affect din lahat
Kasi nagsusulat din ako Ang ginagawa ko naman, yung mga sinusulat ko, yung mga feelings ko sa sticky notes. Sulat.
Release work din yan.
Yeah. Kaya yun.
Yeah, perfect.
So, before we wrap up, what's your takeaway sa ating, dito, topic?
Oh yeah, I mean, ang dami, no. Thank you so much for inviting me. I really enjoyed this. But for me, the takeaway is like healing is a process that you'll never know how it's gonna end up, but you just need to trust din talaga na meron at merong unconditional love na darating for you.
Okay.
Regardless if you're at first love. Sometimes, no, the first love is your unconditional love. Sometimes the intense love is the unconditional love. It can turn to that. But if it's not, it's okay.
Yeah. Kaya pala, di ba yung iba, yung first love nila, yun na yung forever nila.
Yeah. Hindi mo kailangan pagdaanan lahat. But ako, theory ko lang to kasi most of the people na nakikilala ko talaga dumadaan sa ganito. Sa ganito mga versions ng love. But at the end of the day, it's really all about self-love. And if you manage to build a good, healthy relationship with yourself, madali lang din maghanap ng healthy relationship sa ibang tao. So, babalik sa self-love pa rin talaga.
Nice. Ako naman, na-realize ko na tapos na ako sa first and intense love. Kaya excited ako. Lalo na sa share mo sa akin na story ninyo.
Yeah.
Parang, kailangan ko pala i-pray talaga. So, excited ako kasi mag-pray muna ako.
Mag-pray muna tayo, guys. Guys, mga best friends, mag-pray na kayo.
Yes. At saka, yun nga, feeling ko kasi hindi pa ako nag-pray talaga. Yeah. Nag-pray muna kasi ako about sa self-love. Kasi yun nga, masyadong intense yung last time. Kaya, nag-focus sa sarili. Pero I think, pwede na ako mag-gradual, slowly na magbigay ng space. As yung kwento mo nga sa akin, magbigay na ng space.
Yeah.
Doon muna ako sa side, tulog, ganyan. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so
Alex.
much. Thank you so much. I enjoyed this. Yeah,
you.
maraming salamat
Super
for having
thank
me. I
you.
really enjoyed this
Ako
conversation.
din.
Hopefully may mga next na tayo. Ikaw naman ang mag-guest sa
Sige,
podcast ko
please.
soon. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you
Bye.
guys. Bye-bye.